Well, tell me, did you complete the homework? I mean, the vitamins and mineral chart as your homework?
Yes, ma'am. I completed, ma'am. I'll actually send you
Yeah, you can
the
share it with Sakshi ma'am or
chat
Tanya ma'am. She will.
because here right now I'm unable to touch. Ma'am, can I share it after a few minutes? Actually, from the device which I am doing class, I have
Mm-hmm.
actually the mouse is not logged in.
Okay, okay, fine, fine, no problem. Take your time. Please do let me know, okay? Once you're back. Yes, Chesta, resolve the problem.
Oh, Mira.
Hello. Beta, you're not properly audible. It's lagging.
Ma'am, actually there was some network issue. My network went for a minute, so I had to reconnect it.
Okay, okay, that's no problem. But now is it all okay? Shall we start?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, what are we gonna do? So, did you understand the part that we did yesterday about the roughage and all of that?
Yeah, this.
Hmm? And also, many doctors believe that a high fiber diet reduces the risk of heart diseases
Yes.
and bowel cancer. Okay. So now we're gonna do
Yeah.
an experiment to find out that which food items or which food contain the nutrients in them. Okay. So first activity one, we're gonna do the testing for starch. If in any food item where the starch is whether the starch is present or not. And how do we come to know that, okay, this particular food item contains starch, that is the basic sugar, or no? So that we're gonna, conduct an experiment and do some testing, okay? So take a small quantity of the food item, for example, bread, using a dropper, add 2-3 drops of iodine solution to it. If the solution of the color of the solution or food item changes to blue-black, that means it contains the starch. Okay, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Or do you want to, just watch a video on that? Have you ever seen how do scientists taste the,
What, ma'am?
Veda? Starch. See, just have a look at it, okay?
I'll be right back.
Sorry?
Ma'am, just give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I'm back.
Okay. So I'll share my screen.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So this is how we taste the amount of starch present in fodder.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So they are taking the iodine solution, okay, for that matter. Okay, it is yellow and brown in color, the proper iodine solution, okay. Got it? If the color of that particular substance turns to black, then by that we can conclude that if that particular food item contains starch, okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are going on to second activity. That is now we will test for sugar. That if a particular substance or food item has sugar or no, okay? So glucose is kind of a sugar our body uses the most. So the sugar is always in the form of glucose in our body, okay? So we just have to put some glucose in a test tube, add a few drops of Benedict solution, carefully heat the test tube in water bath. The color of glucose will turn orange, and this Benedict solution is like harmful, so we have to take a good care of it. So I will show you the testing for sugar. Okay, so whatever she is holding is called as the test tube, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is the test tube, yeah. She is adding a Benedict reagent to it. It is blue color. And she is now putting some sugar solution, okay? Now she is heating and boiling it. See, the color is changing, correct?
Yes,
The blue
ma'am.
color changed. The blue color changed to green, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So this is how it shows that there is presence of sugar. Now we will taste for fat. So we just have to take a oil, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And with the help of a bird, we have to put it on the piece of paper, okay? Okay. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will go for testing protein, okay? So how do we do this? In a biriate reagent, we add the sample, that is the food item sample, and then we shake it. If it turns to purple color, that means it contains the protein, okay? Got it? Mama? Hello?
Hello.
Hi,
Yes.
speaking. Hello? Did you understand? So
Yes,
testing
ma'am.
protein is done by taking a piece of meat or some beans, and we just have to mash it with a mortar and pestle and add a little water to make a suspension. Take a little of this suspension in a test tube and add a few drops of copper sulfate solution to it very carefully and a few drops of sodium hydroxide solution. If the solution becomes purple, it shows the presence of protein. Okay. Now we're going to move on to nutrients in some common food items that we eat each day. So each food item that you eat has several nutrients in it. So some are in greater quantity and others are in some lesser quantity. So the following will give you an idea of the amount of major nutrients in the food items that you eat every day. Okay. So first we're gonna have a look about the cereals. That is wheat or rice or some other things. Okay. It has a maximum carbohydrate about 70%, less protein about 10%, and small amounts of vitamins and minerals. So cereals are therefore eaten with every meal to give energy. We almost use roti and rice on our every meal. Yeah, roti and rice are the common ones. Are you there, Chesta?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yeah, so did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So we always eat roti, rice, and all these food items in a regular basis. Yes, we eat it on a regular basis.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what does it do to our body? It gives us energy. Okay. So next we are moving on to sugar. So sugar is 100% carbohydrate, but eating too much sugar is not good for health. Then in pulses means chana, chola, moong, and all of that. So in pulses, there are less amount of carbohydrates, somewhere about 60% than in cereals, but more proteins like 20%. They also have vitamins and minerals. Pulses are a good source of protein, especially for people who follow a strict vegetarian diet. Fish, meat, and eggs are good sources of protein. They also provide you with fat. So how do we get fats in our body from the food items like fish, meat, and eggs? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next we move on to milk and milk products. So milk and milk products are rich in what? Minerals like calcium and iron, which is good for bones and teeth. They also provide you with some sorts of vitamins. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding?
Yeah, ma'am. I am.
Okay. Next, so the food item that is carrot is very rich in vitamin A, which is very good for the eyes. We know that. And spinach and cabbage are rich in vitamins and minerals. You know now what is a spinach? It's a palak ki sabzi. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They also provide you with the roughage. Now you know what is the roughage.
Yes, ma'am.
Then comes the clarified butter, that is ghee. So butter and oil are 100% fat. They must be included in your diet, but in limited amounts. So it can be divided into the following groups. So foods rich in carbohydrates and fats provide energy to the body and are known as energy-giving food. Foods rich in proteins help our body to grow and are known as body-building foods. So food items that are rich in proteins, they build your body and they make it grow. So they are also known as the body-building food material. Third one, foods rich in vitamin and minerals are known as protective foods. They protect you from the diseases and give you a strong immunity. Okay, and various diseases. So, the food's rich in vitamins and minerals are known as the protective foods because they give us the protection against several kinds of diseases. Now, what is a balanced diet? Because we already know that there should be no more amounts of something in your body and not a less amount of in your body. So it should be medium, or it should be balanced amount of those vitamins and minerals in your body. They should be present in proper medium quantities. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So to remain healthy, you need all the nutrients in the right proportion amount. No single food item contains all the nutrients. Therefore, you need a combination of food items, like a cocktail. You need a combination because you never eat only chapati. You also eat sabzi with it or any veggies. Or you don't only eat rice. You need some dal or gravy with it. Okay, so we always have a combination of food items which gives us all the proportion amount of energy. Okay. So, a balanced diet is one that contains the proper amounts of each nutrient. What is a balanced diet? What is the definition of balanced diet? A balanced diet is is a kind of a diet which contains proper amount of each nutrient. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. However, a balanced diet is not the same for everyone because we have a different choices of food eating, or we have different habits of food eating. So, a balanced diet is not same for everyone. It depends on age, gender, and the type of work that one does. For example, in early childhood, the child grows rapidly. He or she needs more protein. Second, nursing mothers and pregnant women also need more proteins to serve the needs of the growing baby. Third, a hard-working laborer or a man needs more energy which he can get by eating more fat and carbohydrates. Okay, so there is an example in table 2.3. It is given for a 12-year-old child. Okay, tell me, how old are you?
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
You got it? Now tell me, what is your age? How old are you?
Ma'am, I'm 10 years old.
Okay. So this is the quantity for vegetarian and non-vegetarian child like you. Okay. You must read it at your home. So, cooking of food. So food such as vegetables, cereals and meat that we cook before eating. So cooking makes the food soft, tasty and easy to digest. But wrong cooking methods destroy several nutrients in it. So vegetables and fruits should not be washed after cutting or peeling them. So whenever we peel or cut the fruits or vegetables, they should not be washed. So this results in the loss of some vitamins and minerals. Washing rice and pulses repeatedly also results in the loss of vitamins and minerals. So food should be cooked in just enough water. Cooking in too much water and then throwing extra water away makes the food lose its nutrients. Vitamin C gets destroyed during cooking due to heat. We should therefore eat raw fruits and vegetables to get the vitamin C. Now, if we don't have the enough amounts of vitamins and nutrients in our body, then how does the body suffer? And what are the expected diseases that we get exposed to? That we want to learn in this. Okay? Okay? Chesta? Are you there? Chesta, are you there? Okay. Are you there now? Hello, you're not audible, beta. Hello. Hello. Hello, am I audible to you? Chesta, you must be facing some network issues, I suppose. Just do rejoin the meeting. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, are you there now? Hello? There is some lag, beta. You must check. Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Now am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, I had some network issue.
Yeah, happens. I understand. So, did you understand the food cooking and all of this? When did you log off? What was I teaching? Do you
Please give me a minute.
Yeah? Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, ma'am. I was actually connecting my headphones.
Okay. So, did you understand the cooking of the food? The technique of cooking the food? What precautions one must take while cooking the food?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now we are moving on to the deficiency diseases. That if we do not have enough amount of vitamins, nutrients and minerals in our body, then we can get exposed to the several kinds of diseases. Okay. So, many people in the world cannot afford a balanced diet due to poverty. Do you know what is a poverty?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So many people can't afford a good food and healthy food for their life. So some others do not get a balanced diet because of wrong food habits. Like mostly the children or some other persons like more to eat junk food than healthy food like vegetables, fruits, and nuts, and all of that. Many people like to eat junk food, which is a harmful diet. For example, many children do not eat green vegetables, which are full of vitamins and minerals. Many people practice wrong cooking. Yeah, many people practice wrong cooking methods, which destroy the nutrients available in the food. Now we are going to look for if there is deficiency of carbohydrates in our body. So what's going to happen? So most of the energy we need comes from carbohydrates. So carbohydrate does give us the energy to perform several works. Okay. So about
Yes, ma'am.
320 gram of cereals can provide a 12-year-old with the energy he or she needs per day. If your diet gives less energy than required by your body, it is deficient in carbohydrates. So people with carbohydrate deficiency in their diet are weak and do not have enough stamina. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So they cannot bear physical and mental strain. Eating too much of carbohydrates also leads to ill health. Most of the extra carbohydrates are converted and stored as fat in the body. This leads to an increase in the body weight. This is called as obesity. So overweight people are not very active and often suffer from diseases such as that of the heart. Understood the deficiency of carbohydrates?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can
Yeah,
you
now we
explain
are,
it once again?
yeah, okay. So if we so basically we eat carbohydrates and fruits or vegetables containing carbohydrates to provide us with the sufficient amount of energy to do various works. Okay, and we require about 320 gram, like your 10 to 12 years old boys or girls. They require 320 grams of cereals, like example dal or some pulses. I showed you the picture of what are the pulses and cereals, correct? All kinds of dal, then chana, moong. Do you know what are the cereals, or you want me to show it one more time?
No, ma'am, I know.
I'll show you again. See, these are the cereals, okay? And also eventually the dal and all. Got it? So if we do not eat food items which contain carbohydrates, then we can get exposed to certain kind of diseases. Like for example, the energy is too less in people who are the carbohydrate deficient, and they cannot do a lot of exercise and physical work, and eventually they are less active and less sporty. Okay, but having a lot or too much amount of carbohydrate can also lead to obesity. That's why some people are fat. Do you know what is an obesity? I'll show you. Okay, so this is the obesity, which can eventually cause harm to your heart. if you have a lot of carbohydrates, amount of carbohydrates in your body, which means overweight. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, just give me a minute. My headphone got disconnected.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can we move on? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So deficiency of proteins and fats in your body. If you don't have proteins and fats in your body, let's see what happens. So deficiency of proteins in the diet leads to severe malnutrition, especially in the children. Can you see this little baby, little child? You can see his ribcage, his bones.
Ma'am.
He's not very healthy. Yeah? This is what is
Ma'am.
called as malnutrition. I'll show you what is the malnutrition. So, malnourished kids are those who don't get proper food when they are in the mother's stomach, okay, or even after the birth of the baby, if they do not get proper and sufficient amount of nutrients and vitamins in their body, so they are exposed to the disease called as malnutrition. Malnutrition means there is no nutrition in their body. And it especially happens to small children and babies. So can you see this bacha? He has so thin legs. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Basically happens due to poverty. If the mother does not get proper amount of food when the mother is pregnant, then diseases of this kind can occur. So there are two types of diseases caused by protein deficiency. First is kwashiorkor. Can you just repeat this or pronounce with me? Kwashiorkor.
Ma'am, kwashiorkor.
Yeah, kwashiorkor. So is a disease caused by protein deficiency in children. Okay, so the stomach becomes swollen and the legs become thin and skin shows ugly patches. If the disease is not treated in time, the mental and physical growth of the child slows down, like we can see here. Can you see this? The baby's stomach is swollen up
Yes,
and
ma'am.
the other parts of the body are very thin. Got it? What is a kwashiorkor disease or eventually this one? So if that baby does not get proper amounts of proteins while he is just a baby in his mother's stomach, so he can get exposed to such kind of diseases. Then marasmus
Yes.
is a disease in children caused by the deficiency of protein again. Proteins, carbohydrates and fats. The child becomes so thin that loses folds of the skin and can be seen all over the body. I will show you the picture of marasmus. Can you see this little baby? He's suffering from marasmus.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Okay. Here we move on to the deficiency of vitamins and minerals. We were just, looking for the carbohydrates or nutrients. Now we are moving on to vitamins and minerals. So vitamins are called as essential nutrients because they are necessary for the normal development and functioning of the body systems. So they regulate the body activities. So each vitamin is needed for a specific purpose. Deficiency of one or more vitamins leads to deficiency diseases. So this disease affects the eyes, skin, bones, hair, and the general growth of the body. So, we already saw the diseases, but now we are going to read more about it. So, like vitamins, minerals are needed by the body in very small amounts. They are supplied to our body in the form of salt by various food items. The deficiency of minerals in a body is caused by the deficiency diseases. So, important minerals required by our body and the diseases caused by the deficiency in the body. So, let us study in detail about some deficiency caused due to the lack of vitamins and then minerals in the diet. So, first of the deficiency disease is scurvy. So, do you know what is the scurvy? I can show you the image of the ruptured skin, some light patches, light red patches on the skin. Did I show you the image?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember? I'll show you one more time. Okay, this is the scurvy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So, if we don't have enough amounts of vitamin C in our body, then the main symptom of scurvy is the swelling and bleeding of the gums and wounds not healing properly. So, in the 16th and 17th century, sailors who went on long voyages suffered from this disease as they did not get fresh fruits to eat during the voyage time. So, in the year 1747, a doctor named James Lind discovered that if the sailors were given lemons and oranges, the disease was cured very quickly. This led to the discovery that scurvy is a deficiency disease caused by the lack of vitamin C. Okay, and I also showed you the disease that is the rickets. See,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
in one the difference. First one is the
Yes, ma'am.
normal
Yes.
bone. Yeah, and in rickets, see the structure of bone. It's very unmannered. So, if we have a deficiency of rickets is a disease of the bones in children suffering from rickets, bones become soft and hence can get bent and deformed. Bow legs or pigeon type chest and bending of the spine are the symptoms of this kind of diseases. See here the baby, how she's walking. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So it is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D. And where do we get vitamin D from? Can you name some food items or the source from where we can get the vitamin D in our body? Yes, can you name them? Milk?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Milk. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am,
Milk.
they are, ma'am, rickets.
No,
And
no.
ma'am,
From which sources we? No, no. From which sources we can get vitamin D? Which food sources? Cod liver oil, early morning sunlight, milk and milk products, meat, fish, etc. These are the sources by which we can get enough amounts of vitamin D in our body.
yes, ma'am.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so next we are moving on to the anemia. How anemia is caused? Yes, tell me how anemia is caused.
Ma'am, anemia is caused by the deficiency in diet.
Deficiency of iron in our diet. Okay, it is a disease in which there is deficiency of substance called as hemoglobin, the red blood cell. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and because of this disease or disorder, the blood is unable to carry full supply of oxygen to the body parts and the body cells. Okay, it is not very efficient to transport the oxygen in a body, and that's why it can lead to breathing problems also. Yeah, and a person suffering from the disease looks pale, gets tired quickly, and suffers from a loss of appetite, that he doesn't feel like eating anything. Another type of anemia results from the lack of vitamin B12. In this disease, there is a reduced formation of red blood cells in the body. Goiter. It is caused by the lack of the mineral iodine in the diet. Okay, so the thyroid gland situated in the neck region becomes swollen and there is reduced production of chemical called thyroxine in the body that controls the growth. A child suffering from goiter shows slow or retarded physical and mental growth. Goiter used to be common among people living in the Himalayan region in our country, as the iodine content of the soil and water is very low in this area. However, consumption of iodized salt has helped to reduce the incidence of goiter. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything? Yeah, so let's read a few facts. That the midday meal scheme is a government scheme in which the school-going children in India are provided free nutritious food in their schools. Because we have seen, small children get exposed to diseases like malnutrition, kwashiorkor, or marasmus, because they don't get sufficient amount of balanced diet or food due to poverty. They can't afford it, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The scheme tries to solve two main problems, that is, the malnutrition among children of the poor and improving attendance in schools. So the scheme was introduced in Madras, now it is called as Chennai, way back in 1925. So it has now been implemented in all states of India. So far, 12 crores, that is 120 million children, are covered under the midday meal scheme It is the largest school lunch program in the entire world. Got the meaning of everything that is there in the chapter? Yes?
Yes.
Do you want me to re-explain anything? Just have a look at the textbook and tell me. Okay, shall we go for this question? Question number 1. Name one deficiency disease that can arise due to deficiency of the following in the diet. If we don't have enough amount of proteins in our body, what will happen? Which disease will be there? Yes, tell me. Okay, if we don't have vitamin A in our body, what will happen?
Ma'am, hello.
Yeah, I'm there, listening. Yes, beta, I'm listening to you. Tell me. Vitamin A deficiency disease, it will cause you night blindness. Where is that chart? See here, vitamin A. Deficiency disease of vitamin A is night blindness and irregular growth of pith. Correct? Hello?
Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The deficiency disease caused the deficiency of protein is kwashiorkor
Koshi.
and kwashiorkor.
Marasmus.
And ma'am, the deficiency of vitamin A causes, like ma'am, this I've studied in my school, so I'm telling it from my own. Ma'am, it can cause
Okay.
childhood blindness and mortality.
Okay, it can cause night blindness and irregular growth of pith. Okay? Okay. Question 2. Identify the possible disease from the given symptoms and the reason for the disease. First, a child has bow legs. Which kind of disease is this?
What, ma'am?
A child has bow legs. So what is the kind of disease?
It is rickets.
It is rickets. Very good. Second, a man has swollen and bleeding gums.
Ma'am, scurvy.
Very good. Question C. A child looks pale and gets tired quickly.
What, ma'am?
A child looks pale and gets tired quickly.
Uh,
See, it's there, no, in front of you. What is that? Blood. It's related to blood. I'll give you hint. Anemia.
Ma'am, No.
Anemia. What is the disease? It's anemia. What is the name of the disease?
Anemia, ma'am.
Yeah, anemia. And the last one, a woman has swelling in the neck. You're not audible properly. You're not properly audible.
Ma'am, now am I audible properly?
Yeah, you are. So can you tell me what kind of disease is this? A woman has a swollen neck.
Oh God.
Okay, it is a neck disease wherein we get the swollen neck. Goiter? Hello? Goiter? When do we have the neck is swollen? In which disease? It's goiter, correct? See this kind of thing. Hello, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see the picture?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay. So you have to complete the question and answers, okay, as your homework. Okay? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Fine. So, did you understand everything? What you will do is, your homework, you will revise the chapter again, read all the terms, and mark your doubts there. Okay, you simply gonna mark the question marks over there, wherever in the text you have doubts. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Till this you have understood everything. Any doubts in this part? Just have a look. Just have a look.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts in Ramzan? You there? Hello.